The world of astronomy was thrown into chaos when reports surfaced claiming that the James Webb Space Telescope had captured something extraordinary, an object altering its path in ways that defied everything we know about physics. What began as a quiet whisper among researchers soon erupted into a storm of global curiosity. The telescope's vast golden mirrors, humanity's most advanced eyes on the cosmos, were fixed upon a traveler from beyond our solar system, known as 3I Atlas, or simply 3I Atlas. What Webb saw that day would ignite one of the most profound debates in modern astrophysics. A faint, pulsing light followed the visitor through the darkness, delicate, irregular, and eerily rhythmic. But this was no ordinary sunlight reflecting off ice or dust. The illumination appeared in specific places, repeating in strange intervals, as if governed by a hidden logic. That's when the most daring question emerged. Could these be artificial lights? Not the glow of chemistry or natural reflections, but something engineered? The very idea sent waves through observatories, universities, and the scientific community at large. The discovery. The object was first detected on July 1, 2025, by the Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile, a system designed to spot near-Earth asteroids. But from the first moments of analysis, something felt off. Its path wasn't bound to our sun. It was hyperbolic, meaning it was just passing through, never to return. This made it only the third confirmed interstellar visitor after Oumuamua and Borisov, a fragment of another star system, drifting through ours. Telescopes across the world turned to observe it, but none could match the precision of Webb. With its near-infrared spectrograph, JWST revealed data that was both beautiful and baffling. Strange chemistry. The spectrum showed an unusually high ratio of carbon dioxide to water vapor, one of the strangest ever recorded. It didn't fit the patterns of any comet known in our solar system. Some scientists speculated it came from a system rich in heavy radiation. Others thought it formed in a frozen, carbon-dominated region of a distant protoplanetary disk. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't just the chemistry, it was the light. Subtle variations in brightness appeared in symmetrical formations. Light seemed to flicker from spots that shouldn't even exist, on the dark side, away from the sun. Some lights even appeared ahead of the object's motion, as if guiding it. Artificial or natural? Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb was among the first to suggest the unthinkable. What if this wasn't just a rock? What if it was something built? The idea of a technological probe, carrying its own illumination, challenged every assumption about our place in the universe. Skeptics dismissed it as overinterpretation, yet the evidence kept growing. If those lights were real, structured, and purposeful, then we were not simply observing a comet. We were witnessing a message from another civilization, a fragment of someone else's story. The signal within the light, researchers began analyzing the flickers, looking for patterns. To their astonishment, some pulses repeated in near-perfect intervals, forming what looked like a coded sequence. Others displayed spectral shapes too sharp and narrow for random reflection. When mapped in 3D, the light points created geometric alignments, ratios and symmetries far too deliberate to be chance. Even more puzzling, traces of ionized gas surrounded the object, as if it was generating a weak electromagnetic field. Could this be a propulsion system? A deceleration mechanism? Or the remnants of a technology older than human civilization itself? It was as if the traveler had briefly awakened, flashing a signal before drifting once more into eternal darkness. A relic from another era. Material analysis suggested that 3I Atlas was older than our solar system, formed billions of years ago in the cradle of another sun. If it truly was an artifact, then it had survived cosmic radiation, collisions, and eons of interstellar drift. A machine built not for decades but for galactic time. That led to haunting questions. What power could fuel its light across millennia? Solar? Nuclear? Or something beyond human comprehension? Perhaps drawing energy directly from the fabric of space itself? If it was a probe, it might be watching, recording, or transmitting. Or perhaps it was a memory, drifting endlessly, a monument left by beings long vanished. The pattern of intelligence. As scientists continued to analyze the strange flickers from 3I Atlas, something remarkable began to emerge. Hidden within the faint pulses of light was a rhythm, a structure so deliberate it couldn't be ignored. At first, it seemed like noise. Random fluctuations caused by rotation, reflection, or cosmic interference. But when the data was plotted over time, a pattern appeared, a repeating sequence of intervals like a heartbeat in the dark. The frequencies were evenly spaced, almost musical, echoing in harmonic ratios that resembled the mathematics of communication systems. These were not chaotic signals from dust or rock. They carried precision, as if someone or something had written numbers in light. Could this be data? A kind of cosmic transmission encoded into brightness and wavelength. A message meant to be found, not heard? Researchers compared the intervals to known digital modulations, binary pulses, Morse-like sequences, and even the harmonic series of natural atoms. Nothing matched perfectly. Yet something about the pattern felt intentional, crafted, as though guided by intelligence beyond human understanding. Some scientists proposed a daring idea. What if the flickers weren't trying to communicate with us, but with each other? A navigation system, spread across interstellar distances, probes signaling their position to a hidden network that spans the galaxy. And that's when the theory changed everything. What if 3I Atlas wasn't alone? If one interstellar probe could reach our solar system, then others could be drifting silently through the void, invisible, ancient, and forgotten. Perhaps what we witnessed was only one node in a vast web, a galactic memory system built by civilizations that once flourished and fell, leaving behind their machines to wander forever. Every pulse of light might be a coordinate, a timestamp, or a final whisper across the cosmic sea, a relic speaking to its own kind. If true, then our discovery wasn't the beginning of contact, but the discovery of a network still alive, still active, scattered across the endless dark. Humanity's reflection, whether natural or engineered, the discovery forced humanity to face a truth both humbling and profound, that the universe may not just contain life, but the echoes of life, preserved in metal, energy, and light. Objects like 3I Atlas could be the memories of civilizations long vanished, their technology outlasting their creators, crossing distances we can barely imagine. For the first time, humanity saw itself from a new perspective, fragile, temporary, and young compared to the silent travelers that may have been crossing the stars for eons. Governments and space agencies debated in secrecy. Should humanity attempt contact? Should we send a probe to intercept it? The answer was sobering. The object was already moving too fast, more than 30 kilometers per second, on a trajectory that would take it beyond the orbit of Jupiter, never to return. We could only watch as its faint glow faded into the blackness, like a candle drifting across an infinite ocean. But even as its light grew dim, the questions it left behind burned brighter than ever. Were we witnessing a natural wonder, or the first clear sign that we are not alone? If such an artifact could exist, who built it? When? And why send it here, across billions of years and unimaginable distance? Perhaps it was never meant for us. Perhaps we were simply lucky, a young species standing under ancient starlight, catching a glimpse of something far older than ourselves. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the universe has always been filled with watchers, explorers, and storytellers, civilizations that left their marks not in words or monuments, but in quiet machines still drifting through eternity. The James Webb Space Telescope, with its golden mirrors and unblinking eye, continues to watch the heavens, searching, recording, waiting. Its instruments are tuned not only to the light of distant galaxies, but to the possibility of intelligence woven into that light. And somewhere out there, beyond the reach of radio or radar, another gaze may already be watching us, not with curiosity or fear, but with recognition. Because if 3i Atlas truly carried intelligence, then it wasn't just an object. It was a bridge, linking two civilizations separated by time, distance, and the silence between stars. In the end, perhaps it was never lost. Perhaps it was always meant to be found, a messenger returning home, carrying with it a single, timeless truth. That across the vastness of space, we are never truly alone.